Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're looking at drum loops and drum fills in Serum. And with Serum's new sample mode, they are incredibly easy to make now and to manipulate. So let's find one that I like. I'm going to audition a few. Unfortunately, you can't hear these audition bits, but I'll drop one in once I like it. Let's grab this one. The loop is at 110, so just for the moment, I'll just make this 110 also. And let's play this back. Let's just put a note on C3. Now, if we right click and we choose Slice Auto, then you can see Serum has automatically mapped the transients or the individual hits to separate keys. So we have the first one on C1, the next one on C#1, and so on and so forth. So therefore it follows if we go to our MIDI, let's go down here. Let's change this to C1 because we know the first note here is on C1. So we can manipulate that manually as I've just done. Or alternatively, let's have a look at our sample. We have from C1 all the way up to B1. So let's repeat this, include all the notes up to B1, hit legato, and let's have a listen to what it plays back now. It's only playing the top one. So let's move across to our arpeggiator, and on pattern, let's choose random. Let's turn our ARP on, down here. So now when we play this back, you'll hear a different transient or a different drum hit play every 16th. Let's make that a bit slower. Let's put that down to 1/8. Let's put our tempo back to something we're more used to. We can, if we want, reduce the number of transients that is being automatically selected by increasing this line. You can see a couple have dropped away now, or we can increase, but this has actually done quite a good job already of identifying them all. But if it didn't, then we could drop it down here to increase. So let's put it back to where it was, which was there. We currently have this on 1/8 as set earlier, but let's mix it up a bit. We want some to be 1/8 and some to be 1/16. Basically like that. So on rate, let's right click and we can do LFO 1. Then up to the mod matrix, make this unipolar, but the depth, as you can see, is obviously way too much. So let's back that right down. We have quite a good readout here. We can see 1/8 to 1/32. Let's drop that down to 1/16 there, 20%. Obviously, we need to change the shape of this curve because it currently has a triangle at 1/4, which won't do. Let's change this instead to a sample and hold. And there we go. So that's sounding quite good. I want to add a bit of glitchiness in there though. So if we change this mode to forward loop, and then if we drop the loop end all the way down, then we get a bit of stutter effect going on. We can once again right click, mod source LFO 2, and then we go to LFO 2. And here we'll basically do the same. Let's put it again on sample and hold. We'll change this to 1/16. And then in the matrix, we want to drop this all the way down. See, in reality, obviously, we wouldn't be playing this back constantly. We'd have a kick and bass going on, and then we'd drop it into one bar of this break, and then we'd get back to the full kick and bass. And obviously, you'd render out quite a few bars of this, and then cherry pick which bar you liked best, basically. Let's see what else we can do, though, now that we're having fun with this. Let's, on the warp mode, we'll change this to one of the distortion types. Let's try 0 square. And then on the second one, maybe tape saturation. Just a bit there. And just because I'm having fun, let's go with some of the convolver reverb, maybe growlish. Just checking this one, how many slices we have. This one is going to G2, so we need to add a few more. Legato. And then on the auxiliary source, let's put the little glitchy thing on to macro 1. Let's also put the distortion on there to LFO 1, and also the tape saturation. Let's do that, turn this down, and then back to where we had it, which is around 20%. So now with the macro down at 0, we should have no distortion, should be quite clean. And then on the second macro, let's turn this, let's put this here. Once again, let's make this unipolar, and then we'll make this 1/4 to 1/8 basically. So clean and 1/4, or clean and 1/8. Or driven and 1/8. Pretty cool. Lots of fun to be had here. But like I said, in context, if you're making a sidetrack and you wanted a drum fill like that, you'd have the proper kick and bass either side of it, and then just drop it in for 1 bar. You wouldn't have repeated like I've just done in this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more Serum fun shortly. I'll see you then. Bye.